Hey guys, welcome to Crazy Confirmation. I am your host, Thais, and I am here with
Eileen, also known as Life by Lean.
We have some really good topics for you guys, and I hope you guys are ready because we can't wait.
I'm excited.
Let's do it. Introduction starting now. Hey guys, it is hot out here. Like I mentioned before, it is hot out here for a film. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about vulnerability. Okay, y'all dealing with two cancers right now, so we are not only the definition of vulnerability, we can give it to you straight. Tell you how dark it gets, how life-changing it gets. When you can be your own worst enemy at the same time, helping everybody else out. Let's just get into it.
Right.
Let's listen to the introduction.
I feel like my energy is low.
Your energy is low?
Okay.
So it's almost summer, y'all. So that's why, we're out here looking yellow and feminine.
Right.
Vulnerability. We're going to put that right there.
Yeah.
Or over her, whatever, wherever it.
Wherever.
Okay. So this is such a touchy subject, such a sensitive subject. And I feel like it's a challenge for me to be vulnerable. Like, I don't know about you, but it's a challenge for sure. Because it's not that I don't want people to look at me weak. It's more like I don't know how to like express my emotions a certain way, or like I don't want to be judged for it, or if anyone doesn't even understand where I'm coming from, because emotions can run deep when it comes to us being cancers for sure. But when it comes to, I feel like people with big hearts in general, like we have to really learn how to not take everything so personal. At the same time, we feel like we have to, I don't know, it's just kind of hard to like compare yourself to somebody else who doesn't feel as deep as you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's, what do you think?
I feel like for me personally, like, just like you said, it's a struggle for me to be vulnerable. My whole thing is like, I just feel like as soon as I start talking about it, I'm like, I'm doing too much.
Right.
Like, I just feel like, why am I even explaining how I'm feeling? Like, it's a overwhelming feeling of emotions. Like, because I feel like with me, I never just feel one way. Like, I feel several ways. Like,
the spectrum is
like,
large.
it's like,
Okay.
I can go from like a mixture of emotions, and I'm just like, this is too much.
It's too much, and sometimes it'd be too much for me. So like, why would I explain it to you? It's even hard to explain it right now because I don't even know how to explain it. Like, just to know, like, we feel so deeply. It's like I always compare like my emotions in my heart to like a trench in the ocean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so deep and there's so much over it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be either dangerous to go to it. Okay, going so deep. I used to be like to a point to where I used to cry if somebody asked me how I felt.
Like, just break down.
No, seriously. Oh my God.
Literally,
I used to break down. Even if it was
Oh.
something small, I'd still break down because like it's just, I don't want to expose myself. Like, I feel like it's kind of just dangerous to do it, even though it's really not.
Yeah.
So when it comes to vulnerability, this is something that I'm learning right now, especially since I'm tapping back into my music. What I was telling Lean was, it's not difficult. Every time I feel myself closing up again, like, I'm like, no, Thais, come on. It's okay. Right. Allow people to see you for who you are. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. This is what you want to do passionately. So, like, at the same time, why do I want to hide myself? It's okay to be vulnerable, guys. So, what is it that you want to be vulnerable for? Like, when it comes to a passion or whatever the case, like, it would be, because I want to do, when it comes to my music, what is it that you want to allow yourself to be vulnerable for? Take that challenge.
Okay. I feel like there's two ways that I need to be, like, more vulnerable. And number one is, like, with my passions. Like, I want to start, like, this blog, but I always let, like, my my thoughts, and I get overwhelmed and I get anxious, and, like, I have anxiety and all this stuff. Like, what if I fail? What if it's not as good as I want it to be?
Right.
But just, like, expressing that, putting that out there, like, this is how I feel, this is what's, like, these are my obstacles, my stumbling blocks that are, like, in the way of me reaching that goal. So with my blog and, like, passions and stuff, and then also with, like, my relationships, I find, like, with my friendships, or, like, even, like, romantic relationships, whatever the case may be, I don't allow myself to be, like, as vulnerable as I should.
Right.
And so sometimes,
do you think that's because we're, like, afraid of what's to come, or, like, we already know what's going on, or what is it that I think we're just afraid in general to either fail or get hurt.
Yeah, that's basically the two main things. I'm like, I don't want to fail, and I don't want to be out here feeling stupid.
And look,
no, I'm good. I'm good.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%. But, I mean, let's just go ahead and say this. Apparently, it's a common thing amongst crabs to bring anxiety to oneself. Like, I know this is a common thing amongst people, but I feel like it really happens with us. Like, we have this really strong energy. Like, we can be really ambitious if we want, but once our emotions get in the way, it's a wrap.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, I have talked myself, or not even talked myself, I've thought myself into a panic attack. And I'm like, girl, if you don't calm down, like, I have literally thought myself into panic attacks. Yeah, it's bad. Like,
go ahead, express.
You know what? It's bad. It's bad. That's all I can say. It's really, really bad. Like, your thoughts and your feelings, like, I feel like for me especially, like, I am so much into my thoughts. I think, like, 20 million times more than I speak. So it's just crazy. Like, my mind goes and goes and goes. I make up scenarios. I make up like, my imagination is wild. Like, I could probably be like a producer or a writer or something.
She's
because
gonna be a director. Look out for her, y'all.
Because, you know, my mind is crazy.
Yes.
My mind is just crazy. I can't even. Yeah.
I feel like, oh my God, I can definitely relate to that. And I didn't even know that this is something that happens to other people. I just thought it was just me.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like,
the crazy part. You think it's just me. Like, no, sis. There's
like,
people out there.
You gotta do this. You gotta make sure this, and this. It's just like not voices. Like, I'm not, like, trying to make y'all go, like, think I'm scared.
Right, you're crazy or something.
Like, no, it's more like, it's just anxiety in general. Like, it's you pushing yourself, and then there's another you in back of that you, and it's just like you're crowding yourself with all this doubt. I feel like it's a lot more energy getting put out with you doubting yourself than it is to try. And that never crosses our mind. You know what I mean? Because once you do it, you're like, oh, that wasn't bad. You know, yeah, I was nervous as shit, but the fact that I accomplished it and overcame myself, that's what I'm trying to do right now, y'all. I'm trying to break the cycle of creating anxiety for myself. Yeah. It's difficult.
I felt that feelings, like, where I literally have doubted myself so much.
Ooh.
And, like, I have been, like, making up all these scenarios of all these things that could possibly go wrong. And then when I'm like, you know what, just go for it. Like, and then I accomplish it, I'll be feeling like
I'm on top of the world.
I'm that. I just be feeling myself like, oh my God, I did this. And to think I was sitting here in my mind, just feeling all types of emotion, feeling ways on purpose. Like,
exactly. I was looking at this one thing that was talking about something, but the person basically was talking about herself and her cousin. Somebody made fun of her nose or something, and she was talking to her cousin. Her cousin was like, it really makes me sad when you say things like this and really bring yourself down. Like, why is it that you can't believe in yourself like you believe in everybody else? And I sat there and that's me times 1,000.
Me times 1,000,000 times 10,000,000. I'm talking about, I will sit here.
Right.
I will help people with their like productions, their projects, their things, and
advice, like
I'll
motivation,
give you advice, everything. Like
for you, I will be your campaign manager. Okay. But when it comes to me
and what I got going on, I can't. Wow. I hate
the
us,
shade.
like, literally.
Like serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I definitely connect with that. So when it comes to just vulnerability and even moving past oneself, because evidently we're the ones who bring the anxiety to ourselves. Yeah, okay, society has their, biased opinions, whatever the case, whatever. But at the same time, wouldn't you rather do what it is that you want to do, be who you want to be, and still get those biased opinions, or do you want to live the life of somebody else? Oh, so now it wants to get bright again. And do you want to live the life of somebody else and getting, like you're suppressing yourself.
Yeah.
So it's time to move past oneself. Let's make this pact. Close your eyes, damn it. We are doing it. We are gonna do this, okay? Because ain't nobody waiting for nobody. Time ain't waiting for nobody. So why would we wait for ourselves? We're gonna be 60 and be like, why did we do that? Girl, we should have done that.
Exactly. Guys, I'm a horrible person. I really didn't want to get on here and like put myself on blast like this, but
it's other people who are they're gonna be right here with us, okay? We're just brave enough to say it.
That's true. True that. But when I tell you I suppress how I'm feeling,
let them know. Keep
this, y'all.
Go ahead.
Then I start having these like attitudes and feeling ways, and I'm like, why am I in a mood right now? Like, why am I just like feeling upset, or like not even upset, but I'm frustrated really easily, or I'm irritated really easily, and I'm like, that's because this person pissed me off 8 months ago. And I didn't say nothing about it 8 months ago.
You know, now, those memes. When
now I'm heated.
From something 2 months ago.
You guys, that's
us.
That's literally, It literally is. Like, and
there's
then
times where I dust stuff off. You know what I'm saying? I dust it off. I'm just like, it's whatever. But then I think about it later and I'm like, wait a minute. But you can't get mad at something you said it was already okay. Like, you can't.
That's true.
But I do anyways.
Exactly. I do it anyway. I'm like, yeah, I said it was okay, but I lied. So,
but I lied. We're not bad people. We just feel really deeply, and sometimes we just gotta a lot of the times we gotta tell ourselves, relax. It's okay. Chillax. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to chillax when you think with your heart. And when you're thinking with your mind. So it's like coexisting.
Exactly.
You know, like, who gonna win is my question. So, Jesus. Suppressing emotions. I feel like I'm just now getting over that, which is why I've always been an outspoken person. But I feel like I'm a lot more outspoken now because I got tired of holding it in. I got tired of it. It led me to depression. It led me to so many dark times in my life that I'm just like, if only I communicated what was wrong with me, you know, like, it could have
been avoided. Exactly.
This could have been avoided. My thought process could have been avoided. The way I went about it could have been avoided. Like, all of it could have been avoided. Well, not all of it, because the other person's still in the matter. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it turns into a volcano. It's like you keep sweeping your emotions underneath the rug and just not expecting the pile to get bigger. Like, oh, I'll take care of it tomorrow. Oh, it's okay. It's all good. No, it's really not. And it's like it explodes, and then there goes our emotions like a volcano.
Then we out here looking crazy. And that's the breakdowns that we talked about. Like,
breakdowns.
Watch the breakdown. That's what happens when you just let stuff build up and you're like suppressing your feelings. You're not being vulnerable. You're not being honest or transparent.
Like, how people that are vulnerable aren't being vulnerable. Like, what does that mean? That means we're not being ourselves.
That's true.
And that's what drives us crazy.
Yeah. And then you having these feelings, these mixed emotions, you just start having mental breakdowns, emotional breakdowns. I literally ask myself, even like with her, like I'll text her and be like, why am I like this? Why am I like this?
While
like,
she's texting me, I'm thinking the same thing, eating bread when I know I shouldn't be eating bread. Like,
girl, just going crazy.
Just eating food.
So what are some things that you do to like help you, you know, be more vulnerable and not to suppress your emotions? What do you do?
I adventure. I'm an adventurer. Simply because of the simple fact, if I stay in a house, I will talk myself into an anxiety attack, like we talked about before. I go crazy. Yeah. Even if I go on an adventure by myself, it's still really relaxing, you know, to the beach or like Balboa Park or something that really can like help me relax and center myself again. Meditation. Go on YouTube, put on meditation music, and even poetry, like spoken word. I do that now because, I mean, I've always done that and done art, so I feel like I probably would have been a horrible psychopath if I would have never done any of my hobbies that I do now. Because,
honestly, truly,
I have like 1,000 of them simply because I need something to release my emotions out of. It's a piece of me for sure. So, yeah, that's what I do. How about you?
Like you were saying, I'm a me time person. I regroup by myself. Like, I need to take some time, be by myself. I'll journal, or even like you said, adventure by myself. Go on a drive, go on a walk. Like,
Drive is the best.
Yeah, it is the best. Or honestly, like I've just started like journaling and stuff like that. So those are some things I do, and I've learned like if I can get it out like on paper or even like just talking to like a friend or something like that. If I have like one person that I can trust, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I got it out. I'm feeling better. Like, I said what I had to say. I said what I said. And I'm good.
What I said.
And I'm good. So
sometimes I be feeling like a black hole. Like, people always tell me their problems and I got my problems, and that's what kind of builds it up as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you got everybody else's problems.
That's so true.
I'm good friend. We're good friends. Okay, so when it comes down to it, if you need me, I'm there. Like,
absolutely,
I'm here to give you the advice. Why is it that I can give you better advice?
Then I always tell people, do as I say, not as I do.
Please.
Because I'm going to tell you some good stuff. I'm going to break you off with some nuggets and some wisdom.
Right.
But don't look at me because I'm out here wild and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do.
Reckless. So I definitely want to encourage everyone else. Remember to take the advice. But please, by all means, don't delude your mind and think that you're messing up your whole life just because of the simple fact you're not as perfect as someone who's, you know, making it seem like they are, if that makes sense. Everybody's human, so.
For sure.
I think this is a good episode.
It really was. I'm like, dang, I done told y'all about my life. Y'all know me.
And they're going to know you again. We're going to do more.
For sure.
I don't feel like this is like the end of it.
This is not the end.
Right. So, before we leave, how about you give us a little, okay, all right, with this, now that it's bright again, give us a little sneak peek when it comes to, like, the concept of your blog or the topics you're going to be talking about.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so my blog is basically like a lifestyle type blog. I'm just gonna be talking about my experiences. I had like some of my friends or like, you know, people that follow me slide in my DMs. I appreciate you guys. And just tell me like some topics they wanted me to talk about, like my college experience, about dating.
I would like that. College
yeah,
experience.
Talking about anxiety, talking about like the stereotypical like successful black woman, like just talking about a bunch of stuff.
I'm here for it.
Those are just a few topics that are like off the top of my head. I actually have a long list of things that I'll be discussing, but yeah, I'm gonna just be telling you guys about my life and my experiences, and if you ever want to like give me some topics to talk about, I'll just give you my opinion on them. You ain't gotta listen to me, but I'll just tell you what I'm thinking.
I'm going to give you guys her @name on Instagram so that you guys can, like, you know, DM her, let her know what it is. You know, of course, we got the meditation music in the back. And since we are both Cancers, I put the beach on.
For sure, yes.
With the waves.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Life by Lean.
Life by Lean.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is going to be fun. So, blogger, YouTuber, I guess I'm a blogger too, whatever. But,
You're everything.
thank you. I am.
Photographer, musician.
Model.
Oh. Hit a rap. Just hit a rap, basically.
So, I thank you guys for looking at this episode. Again, this is Lean, Life by Lean.
Yes.
And we will see you soon, okay?
Peace.